Welcome to the 16th episode of Alpha Nights with our legendary Alpha Hunter, Nighthawk. Hi, Nighthawk.
Hey, Rodicek, how are you?
I'm good. How has your day been?
It's good. Just had my dinner and let's get started.
Any comments about how the mints performed today?
Yeah, actually, Wobblebug did manage a sell for a 10K collection for the fifth 10K collection finally, and they were able to give some decent flip profits as well for the holders. I think it was somewhere around the public mint price of 3.6 the last time I saw it. So that is good. And also, weird pals were turned out to be a disaster. Yeah, another they reduced the supply to 2222. Again, the same question. I mean, if you are able to work it out with the 2.2K collection, then why were you trying to sell the higher number? So feels very cash grabby these days. I mean, most of the projects. And but I think Shin Sengoku, I told you right, where we had to buy the whitelist for 0.05 sol. That turned out to be well. I think it found some influencer pop in the last moment, and it was the winner of the day, probably around 3.7 sol right now. I've heard that many remnants players are playing this one as well. It's kind of a P2E game. So remnants have some really loyal following. So if these guys are playing this one, I think Shin Sengoku will do well, probably in midterm as well. Let's see how that goes.
Let's see. Do you want to get started with tomorrow's mints?
Yeah, let's get started. I think tomorrow we have a laundry list, right? I was really surprised to see the length of the list. I mean, it took me almost 1 hour when I was sharing in the Yaku and my other communities, Tiny Colony and other things. But yeah, in a bear market, we have a big list, and it's been a while since I've seen this kind of list. Let's get started.
Okay. So the first one I have is
KaizokuMechanics, right? I think these guys have some good hype. One of my close friends work as an alpha hunter in this community as well, so I've got some good information about the project. They had, I mean, usually people provide the roadmap, but these guys, they provided a roadmap in with a mystery element to it, which is kind of the meta in this ecosystem. So based on that image, I think they are trying to build a casino, a P2E game, some IRL events, and so on. And they have some good hype. So out of the issue is most of this in the entire list, right? Whatever I can see in this slide, each of them have their own set of following and their own set of hype. If each of them would have minted on separate days, probably they had a better chance of doing well. But right now, with money being split across the projects, I don't think any of them will be selling out. But if they do, Kaizoku has a good chance. I will try to probably mint this one and see if I can flip it or hold it.
ImmoralKids.
Oh, these guys have a TV show kind of a roadmap, and they are planning to do a TV show, I believe, quarter 3 or something, which is something I like because it's kind of unique rather than regular staking and other roadmaps. And they have some hype as well. I think these guys also can manage a sellout. Again, we'll see if I can flip it or hold it. These two are probably the ones with kind of unique roadmap and things. And I think these can do well. Let's see.
SaintSkully.
They had a lot of hype, and they did some really good collabs. But minting inline, again, minting with all these good projects, I'm not sure with 2 sol mint price if they can sell out, because these days projects are getting papered hard immediately after the mint starts. So if that doesn't happen, then they can. Otherwise, I don't think so they can.
So what do you think about Stoner Boys?
Oh, Stonerbros. Stonerbros also did some good collabs. Actually, I like the price point of this one, and the art looks decent as well. I've looked at their sneak peeks. Usually, Stoner projects tend to do well, but let's see. I mean, we have 2 Stoner projects tomorrow itself, is it? I see HammerheadCannabiz as well minting tomorrow around the same price, and they have some IRL utilities as well. I think both of them do. I think it is a competition between Stonerbros and HammerheadCannabiz. Let's see who will come out as the winner. But if they can sell out, good for them. I'll probably mint Stonerbros considering that.
What do you think of the last one?
AlphaPharaohs, actually mentioned in my community as well. It is a good decent play because 0.169 sol and a decent hype. I think it'll quickly sell out. Probably, let's see if they can give good flip profits as well, because the token is right now going for somewhere around 0.35 Sol, which is 3 times the mint price, which is always good. Like I said, token should be doing well in the market for the mint to do well. That is a signal to how well the mint can do.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is a long list as well.
Yeah. Ingenuity, the very first one, actually, I think it is a metaverse play. Again, I'm not really a fan of metaverse plays these days in the current market. So I'll give it a pass, even though the mint price is pretty low. ProjectX, yeah, okay. ProjectX, actually, they did some small collaborations, not big ones. I don't think so. They have the hype, enough hype to sell, actually. Let's see if they can. And coming to Racoons Club, I think they did a collab with Yaku. So usually Yaku holders are very loyal. I was just looking at our staking numbers, and it's like what, 17K, 70,000 NFT
Even
stake.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I think it is the biggest in the entire NFT space, including Solana and Ethereum. So that is something to be proud of. And if they're doing collabs with communities like ours, I think they have chance to sell a few, but not many, because I'll be giving the calls, and I've mentioned that this does not have much hype. Let's see if they can manage. Same thing with MutantLabs, Sticky Monks. I don't think so. I mean, any of them doesn't look to be at least a decent place as well. If you see, right, all the prices, 1 Sol, 1.8, and 2 Sol. I've seen all of them, and pretty much everyone, everything, the, what do you say, following, Twitter following, Discord following, sneak peeks, everything is pretty cliche, and the roadmap is also pretty cliche. So I don't think any of them will manage a sellout. Not really.
Okay. Do you have any other alphas that you would like to give out?
In this market, no, not really. I mean, completely pump and dump is being happened in the market, and I'm really happy to stay on the sidelines, because usually whales are the ones who get profited in these markets, and retail investors burn their hands. They will have some information beforehand, and they'll just pump it up. And we usually tend to catch the top retail investors. So I'm better watching from the sidelines, and I'll do my own research and then accordingly invest after a few days or after the market settles down.
That is such a wise advice. I feel like very important to know when to kind of just stay back and watch what's happening.
Yeah, it's very important to take a break and just observe what is happening. Otherwise, you'll just burn your hands and get out of the ecosystem pretty soon.
Yes. Talking about that, this is not a financial advice. Please do your own research. To watch more of our content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Nighthawk. It was nice having you. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Cheers.